Welcome to 40K Dataslate Review. In this video we're going to be checking out the Exocrine, a part of the Tyranid Codex.
40K Dataslate Review.
The Exocrine is a solid heavy support unit from the Tyranid faction. It didn't get many changes between Index to Codex, but between Stratagems and Hive Fleet adaptations, the Exocrine has certainly seen an improvement. Movement 6 won't be used much with its heavy weapon, but it does give it a bit of an extra threat range. Toughness 8, 12 wounds, with a 3-up save. This guy is pretty durable. Both players should be paying attention to the damage table, as it is pretty influential on this beast. The Exocrine's ballistic skill starts at 4-up, and degrades to 5-up after taking 6 wounds. It has 2 weapons, one ranged and one melee. The ranged weapon is its main draw, the Bioplasmic Cannon. This is a 36-inch, heavy 6 weapon, with strength 7, AP 3, and damage 2. This is pretty powerful, but the Exocrine's special rules make it even better. Symbiotic targeting and weapon beast allow the model to add +1 to their hit rolls and shoot twice if the monster sits still, giving this thing a 3-up ballistic skill with 12 shots. The Exocrine's other weapon are its powerful limbs. They are more of a deterrent to enemy chargers than anything else, since it will almost never be charging on its own. Weapon skill 4-up and 3 attacks, both of which degrade as the Exocrine takes wounds. Strength 7, AP -1, 2 damage, not horrible as far as artillery goes. In addition, when the Exocrine dies, it deals D3 mortal wounds to units within 3 inches on a roll of 6. Just like every other non-synapse Tyranid unit, it suffers from instinctive behavior. With the Codex changes to this rule, the Tyranid player really doesn't have to babysit the Exocrine with a synapse creature anymore, as 24 inches is enough to keep them in line. In any case, don't let the monster suffer from instinctive behavior. -1 to hit is fairly influential to this model's effectiveness. The Exocrine is pretty powerful, but costs over 200 points. The purpose of the Exocrine is pretty straightforward. Sit back and shoot. 1 or 2 of the monster is often enough to get their job done. They will be most suitable to take on units with high toughness and wound characteristics. Other monsters and vehicles fit the bill well. There are a few units and abilities that synergize well with the Exocrine. The Codex may not have changed the Exocrine's abilities, but some other units saw changes to their effects. Venomthropes shrouding spores now benefit monsters if the unit contains 3 or more Venomthropes. Malanthropes share the same ability, but only need 1 model to grant the buff. Either unit's ability would reduce enemy shooting by -1 to hit against affected models. These augments give the Exocrine a huge boost in survivability. With regards to Hive Fleets, there are 3 that directly benefit the beast. Jormungandr's adaptation would give the giant model a cover save, making its 3-up a 2-up. This is pretty decent since it is fairly difficult to achieve a cover save normally. Leviathan's synaptic imperative adaptation would give the Exocrine a 6-up save each time it takes a wound or mortal wound. This again gives the monster a bit of extra defense. Jormungandr and Leviathan's adaptations add statistically almost the same amount of protection to the Exocrine. Leviathan's is probably a bit better as it is unaffected by AP and can be taken against mortal wounds. The Kronos Hive Fleet has the biggest effect over the monsters. The fleet's adaptation, Bio Barrage, would allow the Exocrines to reroll 1s to hit if it didn't move in the movement phase. This further adds benefits to sitting still. This is really the only way outside of the normal Exocrine rules to add accuracy to this model's shooting. The Norn Crown is the only bio-artifact the Tyranids have access to that would benefit the Exocrine. A Tyranid character with this mutation gives off a 30-inch aura to prevent instinctive behavior. This upgrade may allow the Tyranid player to save on HQ models, as they wouldn't have to invest in characters to babysit the Exocrine. The psychic power Dominion would protect them from instinctive behavior even more. Cast upon an Exocrine within 36 inches, the model wouldn't suffer instinctive behavior that turn. In terms of stratagems, a couple really give the Exocrine a boost. Rapid Regeneration costs 2 CP, which is pretty expensive for just D3 wounds back, but this stratagem certainly has its uses. Don't expect to spend 2 CP a turn nursing a dying Exocrine back to health. On an Exocrine, I would really only use this ability to put it back to a higher tier on the damage table. If it is 1 to 3 wounds away from hitting on 4s, the 2 command points may be worth it. Pathogenic Slime may too cost 2 CP, but it would increase the damage of the Bioplasmic Cannon by 1, meaning the Exocrine could be shooting 12, Strength 7, AP 3, Damage 3 shots if it stats still. This increases the damage potential to 36 total wounds. That's pretty insane. This is effectively the biggest buff you can give to Exocrine. Regardless of enhancements from high fleet adaptations or nearby units, Exocrines fit well into any Tyranid army. The only thing that's necessary is to keep them in instinctive behavior range as to not decrease their accuracy. Most Tyranid armies are likely going to contain an Exocrine or 2, so be prepared to face them. Pay close attention to the damage table of the Exocrine. At half range, their accuracy decreases to 5 up. Sometimes just sinking enough attacks to cut down the accuracy is enough to mitigate the Exocrine. Another thing to keep in mind is its 36-inch range. If you can outrange it, then sit back and let it come to you. That way, it misses out on the various abilities that only affect it when it sits still. Factions and units that tack on a -1 to hit modifier against shooting are also potent with Exocrine, meaning Alitok, Styges 8, Supersonic Flyers, and many other targets will give the Exocrine fits. In general, decreasing the Exocrine's accuracy is the next best thing to killing it. The Exocrine receives a 4 out of 5. It is powerful, with a reasonable cost. The stratagem, Pathogenic Slime, will make the Exocrine even more brutal, and all Tyranid armies have access to this. What do you think of the Exocrine? What other data slates would you like to see reviewed on the channel? Leave your answers and suggestions in the comments, and thanks for watching.